din. Pa-mute po muna. Thank you.
Good evening. We bring you the latest in the world of sports. I'm Paulo Del Rosario.
We give you the conversations you want to hear from your favorite icons and athletes. I'm Mai Tinsai in tonight's game plan. We'll chat with Alaska Aces head coach Jeff Cariaso and their new import Olu Ashaulu to get the latest on their preparations for the PBA Governors Cup.
We'll also talk about the NBA Western Conference as the Phoenix Suns extend their win streak to 17 after beating the Golden State Warriors 104-96. And we'll check in with first-time PBA 3x3 finalist Pioneer Pro Tibay as they look to rise higher in the Lakas ng Tatlo circuit. Buckle up, sports fans. Let's get in the game. For the final conference of the 2021 PBA season fast approaching, the Alaska Aces are looking to step up from their Philippine Cup performance. Now joining us to talk about their preparations so far, we have head coach Jeff Cariaso and import Olu Ashaulu. Welcome to the game, Coach Jeff and Olu.
Hey, pal. Good evening.
Hi, good evening.
How's it going?
Good evening, guys. Coach Jeff, I'm going to start with you first. Since we have Olu here, I want to ask you a bit about him and pretend that he's not here. Coach, you bring him in with the hopes that he can contribute to this team that had a relatively disappointing conference last time around. How is the team shaping up? What does Olu bring to this team? And what do you think the team needs to do better to get over the hump this time around?
Well, first of all, we're very excited and happy that Olu is part of us, and that we're able to bring him in. We've seen Olu in the past. I think that was one of the crucial, decisions looking for an import for this conference was for someone who's been here before. I think his experience in the past will help him adjust with what we're currently going through faster. So that's why he was an easy choice for us. And Olu's Olu. He's going to bring us pretty much everything. We love his work ethic. We love his him being strong inside and being to dominate inside, which is probably a big part of his. But there's other aspects that we love about him, and we're learning from him. Him being able to be a leader of some sort to our young core, that's really crucial for us. And I think Olu is perfect for that. And is he someone we could rely on? Throughout the whole game, defensively and offensively, of course. So for us, it was a no-brainer. And again, we hope to do better, and I believe we will.
Yes, that's definitely exciting, Coach. And let's move on to Olu. Olu, you've played for NLEX before, and now you're coming back with the Alaska Aces. How are you looking forward to everything with the league, and also how are you adjusting to your teammates?
The teammates have been honestly phenomenal. They brought me in, they welcomed me in like family. We got a lot of, I guess you could say, like Philams or Filipino Swedish, Filipino Canadian, a lot of mix up. So a lot of mixed culture, so everyone kind of feels like, like they're not out of place. But as far as coming back to the league, I'm excited, I'm happy. I wasn't quite sure what was going to take place, obviously, with the pandemic and being in a bubble. But when I got word that there's a possibility of having a conference with imports, it definitely pushed me. And then when I got the call from Coach Jeff in Alaska, we started making some discussions. I was very excited. So I'm fortunate to be here, grateful to be here, and looking forward to this conference.
Yes, and also just to ask, are you excited to play against your former team?
I'm just excited to play. I don't have anything, pinpoint them. I'm just happy to play. I've been out of playing overseas, playing, across the water for 2 years. So I'm just happy to be back on my feet playing basketball.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Coach Jeff, are you there? If I'm not mistaken, we had a bit of an issue with your connection. Can we hear you now?
Yes, I'm here. My apologies.
No worries, Coach. Coach, talking a bit about the moves that the team made. Obviously, there's now a big leadership void with the departure of JV Casio from the team. A lot of people obviously associated him with the franchise and him as the leader. Right now, who do you think needs to step up, or who has stepped up rather,
Yes.
in the team as a leader, trying to make sure that this team is whole going to the next conference?
First of all, I want to take this opportunity just to give credit to JV for just the years that he's been with us. We appreciate what he's brought to the Alaska organization, and we wish him nothing but good luck moving forward. Right now, we feel with his departure, Maverick, the guy you see on the screen, and Kevin Rakal will be our co-captains that we feel are capable, and it's the right time for them to kind of step up and lead our group. So we're excited for this opportunity for them. We know for sure they can handle it. These are two guys, again, Kevin and Mav, who are very outspoken, who can talk to their teammates, at any given time, and who actually have the respect of everyone also.
Absolutely. And, I'm assuming that funnels into how the training's going. And, Olu, you talked a bit about how everyone's welcomed you. How's the product on the court so far now that you're with them? And, of course, you go into this one, again, a familiar face to all the Filipino fans out there. You weren't able to complete a single conference despite being here twice. Is that a little chip on your shoulder? And is that showing in the way you're practicing and what we expect to see you on the court?
I don't really put too much emphasis on what's taken place in the past. For me, I'm very, very forward looking. I'm worried about here and the now. So this present day, I'm here. I'm with Alaska, and I've spoken to some of my teammates, and I think we all have a common goal of what our goal is for this upcoming conference. So like I said, I'm not really too focused on the past. More so just focused on building with the guys right here, right now. And just letting the chips fall where they fall.
Absolutely. And Olu, of course, going back here, we actually looked at some of the quotes that were thrown around throughout the social media of Alaska. You said that Filipino fans are probably one of the most basketball articulate fans that you have encountered, and I just want to ask about that. How different is the vibe playing here in this country, knowing that everyone knows what's happening on the court? And of course, we're hoping fans will arrive. What would that mean to you to see them back in the stands?
That'd be huge. We all play the game. Growing up, we've always played in front of people. Whether it's high school, college, the pro level. So, playing with fans is kind of like second nature. So not having them is kind of a bit of a weird, eerie feeling. Just playing in an empty gym feels like you're in practice, or feels like you're just in a regular scrimmage game. So hopefully we can get those fans back. But even just being back home in Toronto, there's a huge Filipino population, and I ran into people randomly back home in Toronto, and they know who I was. Like it's bananas how people not even in the country still follow the game from afar. So you guys are. I was talking to one of the guys here. Basketball is like really the thing out here, and as a player, I have nothing but appreciation for it.
Yes, that's great. And also, Coach Jeff, I want to ask you something. You guys had 3 wins and 8 losses in the Philippine Cup. What are your takeaways here in this experience for the upcoming league, of course?
I think every game is really something where you can learn. It's always a learning experience. So last conference was a struggle for us. It was tough. We don't like to throw out any excuses. Our record was 3-8, and for sure we're going to improve on that coming this conference. But one of the key takeaways is conditioning. So we worked on that a lot these past 3 weeks and making sure we're in better, shape, so that we can do the things we want to do. And then another is just focus on the details, especially defensively. I think we have an understanding already on the system that we'd like to put in, on how we like to defend, where we would like to defend, what's our philosophy. So it's really just improving on that, what we've already established. And again, the big part is the first thing I said is conditioning, because it's hard to defend throughout the whole shot clock, every single second, every single possession, if you're not in shape. So that's
absolutely. Absolutely, Coach. And Coach, I'm going to save the last question now to Olu, because we're still having you after the break. And Olu, this Alaska team is very known for their "we not me" philosophy. Have you felt that in your days, and do we expect you to really showcase that come the start of the conference?
Yeah, no, I definitely have. Basketball is a team game. There's five guys on the court. It's not really about one person. You take a look at Jordan. Back in Jordan's early days, he was trying to do it all by himself. Couldn't really crack the first round, but once he started kind of implementing his teammates, you know what happened. He took off and won 6 chips. So I really feel that it's about the team collective. It's never really about one person. One person can't do it on his own.
Absolutely. Well said. Coach Jeff, really liked your answer. He'll increase your minutes for sure. You won't get any rest, Olu. I think that's what's going to happen. Again,
Like that.
Olu, thank you very much for joining us. Coach Jeff, please stay on because we're not done with you yet. All right, so good luck to the Alaska Aces in the upcoming reinforced conference. Now, Coach Jeff stays with us because after the break, we'll talk NBA basketball after the two top teams in the West finish their showdown with the Suns outblasting the Dubs. Stay tuned. You're watching the game. Welcome back. You're watching the game. I'm Paulo Del Rosario. The Western Conference took center stage today with all eyes on the showdown between the two top teams in the NBA. Golden State Warriors lose out to the red-hot Phoenix Suns, 104-96. DeAndre Ayton with a double-double, 24 and 11. Chris Paul with a double-double of 15 and 11 assists. Jordan Poole led the way for the Warriors with 28. Otto Porter Jr. with 16. No Steph Curry in the top performers, but he did play. Now the question is, was it a bad game or the Suns' defense? We're going to find out just a bit about that soon. Now, with both tied at the standings at 18-3 apiece, who is the real top dog of the NBA today? Now, still with us to help answer that question, 8-time PBA champ and 4-time PBA champion Coach Jeff Carriazo. Coach Jeff, talking about this, I know it would have been happier if the Dubs won. I know you're a big Dubs fan. Everyone knows that. But losing to the Suns, and the Suns are arguably the best team in the league right now, is that statement true, that the Suns are the best team in the league?
Well, first of all, I just want to say that I'm, kind of not in the mood because the Warriors did lose today, Paul. So you gotta bear with me, okay? Honestly, I mean, all seriousness, yeah, they are number one right now. They, these are the two top teams. Phoenix took care of business last night, and we gotta consider them, the top team right now in the league. The reason why they won the West, they're consistent. They play better, and like you said.
Yes, and Coach Jeff, about earlier's game, do you really think that Steph just played poorly, or was it the Phoenix Suns' outstanding defense that really had everything going for them?
To be honest with you, I think it's a combination of both. Mm-hmm. I think the reason why Steph struggled was because of the defense. They had a good plan for him in regards to making it tough for him. Someone always is connected to him, making every shot for him tough. And Steph has been, scoring, being able to make baskets despite of being double teamed and having the defense all over him. But tonight was one of those games where he couldn't, and you got to give credit where credit is due. Came out with a good defensive game plan, and made it hard for him. And when you don't have him down the stretch, I think it makes it tougher for the Warriors. Mm-hmm. Again, credit goes to Phoenix.
Absolutely. And you know what? Just to showcase just how dominant these two teams are, we're going to bring up a few numbers here showing the records and the stats on both these two. Golden State, of course, and the Suns shared 18-3 record. And the current win streak of the Suns is an incredible 17-win streak offensive rating, and you have the Warriors at second. Defensive rating, they're the first. Net rating, they're the first. Again, net rating is just offensive rating, mine's defensive rating. But, Coach, so you look at how the Warriors are performing, it feels like they're back to the levels that they were back in 2015-16 when they started becoming the Warriors in general. Do you feel that that is the case, or do you feel that maybe we should stop comparing them to that old team?
Well, the reason why I think there is a comparison is because the starts were similar. During that first season when they went on to win a championship, how you start the season will carry you pretty much on how you throughout the whole conference, throughout the whole season. I'm sorry. So I think what's exciting about what the Warriors are doing now is even the bench, they're coming in, stepping in, and doing their part. I think there's a buy-in in regards to the guys, being ready to play. I think there's a buy-in in regards to system, and that system is really about defense. So
Yeah.
to be number one defensively, despite of all the shots that these guys are making, Steph, Wiggins, everybody, all making shots. I say we because we're number one on defense. So I think that more than anything, that's what's most impressive, and that's what's gonna hopefully win you a championship.
Absolutely. And also, Coach Jeff, we all know that the Suns are on a roll with 17 straight wins. How do you think they should keep their momentum up?
Well, whatever they're doing, whatever they're eating, I say keep doing it, keep eating it, right?
Yeah.
But just to put into perspective on how tough that is, playing 17 games and, it's got to be within, 3-4 weeks, right? First 3-4 weeks of the season. The travels, checking in hotels, the back-to-backs, the playing 4 games in 7 days. And despite of all that, despite of the challenges, being able to win and win consistently. They're doing something right over there.
Yeah.
So they're playing together. I know Chris Paul is leading these guys and taking them to another level. Obviously, started last season. But what they're doing is really something to look carefully about. I like to watch them carefully to see what they're doing. But I love the trust. I love that each and every player understands, specifically what their role is. And when you have a combination of vets, young vets, and even young players, then you're going to make the championship.
Absolutely, and just to emphasize how good the Suns were, Devin Booker just tweeted out, "No loss November." What a great way to encapsulate it. Now, I guess I just want to throw you under the bus here, Coach. I already know what your answer is, but who do you think will get further at the end of the season? I know that both teams are in a great early run, but between the Suns and the Warriors, who do you think goes further in the playoffs?
So just put it simply, pal. Okay, Steph is gonna hit a step back, 3-pointer from near half court to win it in Game 7 to move on to the final. So that's my
Wow. Well, and we're assuming that you think the Suns are gonna make it to the Western Conference Finals too, right? That's your matchup.
prediction. Oh, they're that good.
Okay.
Yeah.
All
They're
right.
that good.
Fair. You know what? I did not expect anything less from you, Coach. Thank you very much for joining us, and we hope to see you again soon.
Thanks for having me, guys. Have a good night.
All right. After the break, we'll check in with first-time PBA 3x3 finalists, the Pioneer Pro Tibay, as they look to rise higher in the Lakas ng Tatlo circuit. Stay tuned. You're watching the game.
welcome back to the game. Pioneer Pro Tibay showed a gallant effort in almost snatching the crown in the third leg of the PBA 3x3. With their continuing rise in the ranks of the Lakas ng Tatlo circuit, the big question is what will it take for them to win the crown in the next leg? Here with us tonight, Pioneer Pro Tibay's finest, Gian Abrigo, Robin Ronyo, and Carlo De Chavez. Welcome to the game.
Thanks for having us.
Welcome guys! Kamusta kayo?
Good evening. Good evening. Thanks for having us.
Good evening. Hey guys, loosen up a bit. We had a lot of energy going a while ago. All right, you get us going.
You know what guys, you almost won the crown in the last leg. How did it feel? Kasi muntik nang mapasa inyo yung corona and then you lost it. How would this be, a learning experience? And also, what are your key takeaways from your last games? Who would answer first?
Gian, let's start with you.
Siguro laking hinayang namin kasi laking opportunity yun eh. Sabi ko sa kanila, kunin na natin to, binigay na sa atin to. Kaso, baka hindi na maulit. Kaso lang, talagang magaling talaga yung kalaban namin din.
Oo nga eh.
Paghandaan kami.
Absolutely. And of course, Carlo, I was actually calling that game over for Smart, and it felt like it wasn't the start that you guys wanted, but then making it there, how does that make you hungrier going into the next leg?
Yeah, it was nice making it to the finals. We know how hard it is to get to the finals because of the competition level. And but we just stuck to our game plan. Coach told us to just play a lot of defense and just give it all. Like you always said, full horse, give it your all. So
Yeah.
just for us to just to make it there was a blessing. We just take our momentum moving forward to the next leg.
Yes. And Robin, ano sa tingin mo yung mga kailangan yung i-adjust? Yung mga crucial necessary adjustments niyo for your next games para mapanalo niyo yung next leg?
Ang tingin ko ang kailangan namin i-adjust yung team defense namin. And syempre, yung flow ng offense namin. Kasi pagdating ng crucial, so doon nag-fix lahat eh. Kumbaga, dumarating yung pagod. So kailangan talaga, mabilis ka mag-isip kung paano mo yung transition yung offense sa defense. So yun yung mga kailangan i-adjust namin. Syempre, nagsisimula yan sa practice.
Tama.
And of course, syempre, defense is something that you have to feel that would always be a big factor, especially in 3x3. Carlo, looking at the competition that you guys have played against, you talk about the level of competition that you guys are facing and how everyone is improving in the legs, because it feels like as everyone is getting into shape, playing themselves into shape, getting used to how 3x3 basketball is played, it feels like the competition is getting more and more difficult.
Yes.
Yeah, I think as every leg went, since the first leg till now, since the third leg, every team's just getting better. I think everyone's learning the 3x3 game now. And that's why coming into next leg, we're just going to take the momentum we had moving forward. And, we're just going to stick to our same game plan, And hopefully, we can make the finals again. And,
Yes. And punta naman tayo kay Gian. Gian, what can the fans expect from Pioneer Pro Tibay in the upcoming legs?
Talagang sinisimulan namin talaga sa practice. Talagang asahan nila na magiging competitive kami, na magiging exciting yung mga laro namin. Yun naman ang mapapangako sa fans namin.
And Gian, matanong ko lang, may mga minamata ba kayong mga team na gusto nyo talagang kumbaga iayos yung adjustments nyo kasi kumbaga dun sa certain game na yon, alam nyo yung mga kamali nyo at that time?
Yun yung madalas sabihin ni Coach napapansin niya sa amin. Pag yung nalalaman kami, parang nararated kami.
Yeah.
Gusto namin maka-all ka agad pag nauunahan kami. Yun ang kailangan namin gagawin sa amin.
Robin, yung mentality nyo going in, obviously we touched a bit on that just now. Pero yung mentality nyo as a group to make sure that at mga lamang nyo or even if you're catching up to the game na ready kayo, How do you practice that? How do you get ready for that?
Una-una kasi, syempre di ba sabi ko, magsimula yan sa practice. Ang masasabi ko lang sa team namin ay yung tibay na samahan, tibay ng loob, at syempre tibay ng puso. So, madadala namin yun sa every game. So, yun nga, every leg, every game. So, matindi na patindi yung competition dyan. So, syempre, yung mga ibang teams dyan, nag-a-adjust na rin sa 3x3 game. So, syempre, kailangan namin pag-aralan yun. So, may mga adjustment lang talaga.
Yes. Yes. And punta naman tayo kay Carlo. We were talking about team characteristics kanina pa, mga values, alam mo yun, composure as a team, cooperation, defense. How about you individually? Ano yung kailangan mong i-improve for the upcoming legs?
I mean, just gotta prove all parts of our game. You know, I'm not.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not trying to overthink it too much. I'm just trying to improve in every part of my game, each leg, and yeah, just stay in shape and just be ready for the next leg.
No, absolutely. And you know what? We're running a bit of time here, but Carl, I want to ask you, knowing that the field is tougher, knowing that each game feels like it's getting harder and harder, if you can envision it right now, what would winning a leg mean to you guys at this point? Considering that in leg 1, you weren't even allowed to play in that first day. In leg 2, it wasn't necessarily the great debut that you guys wanted. In leg 3, you just fell short in the finals. What would it mean for you to actually win a leg?
Oh man, it'd be a blessing. You know, me and my teammate, me, G and Robin, Carlo, Chris, Coach Lester, all of us, Coach Juno, Coach Miz, we always talk about winning a leg. And for us to be that close, you know, it hurt, you know, to lose, but like it was still a blessing because, you know, a lot of teams we weren't known as one of those big teams, you know, so I guess you could say we surprised a lot of people making it to the final. So just for us to make it that far is great, but like that just put more fuel to the fire, and we're definitely going to look to, you know, compete in leg 4 and, you know, hopefully win leg 4 for sure.
Leg 4 was happening this Saturday and Sunday. You can catch that on TV5, One Sports, and on Tibay Rush, as well as a smart Giga Play app. Gentlemen, these are the guys from the Pioneer Pro Tibay, Gian Abrigo, Robin Ronyo, and Carlo De Chavez. Thank you very much for joining us. Of course, regards to your teammates and your coaches as well. And we can't wait to see you on the court soon. Thank you very much.
Thanks for having us, guys. Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you for joining us. I'm Ait Inside.
Catch us weeknights here on One News, One Sports, and One Sports Plus. I'm Paolo De Rosario, and this has been The Game.